Welcome to Popically Unleashed, a podcast where four friends talk about dog mom life, mental health, and everything in between. So last week we started off with our mental health check-ins, and this week we're going to do that in the scale of highs and lows. So Nikki, do you want to share those with us?
I don't know if you want me to go first, but I'll start with the good. We had a leak in our house. They came to fix it yesterday. It rained today, and we have no water inside. It is no longer raining in my kitchen.
We love that.
Yes. I'm so sorry if anyone can relate. Homeownership is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
My low was also stemmed from yesterday. I had a significant safety event at work, and the communication from my institution to leaders and down was just very disappointing. We made it to the news, and it just really felt like they could have cared about our safety a lot more than they did. Unfortunately, I can't go into more details than that, but you can probably find out what it was if you spend a little bit of time on Google and have paid attention in the previous episode when I told you what my job was.
Oops.
Yeah, plausible deniability that I did not give information out.
I said nothing.
That's what I said.
Nikki, who? I don't know.
Yeah. Who is she? I don't know who wants to follow me. Britt, you want to go?
I don't think anybody can really follow me.
In a week, okay.
I mean, highs and lows. I think my lows have been my sleep. This week, I don't know what it has been, why, but my insomnia has been just full force. So if any of the viewers can hop in our DMs and give me some advice, I would love to hear it because brutal. Sunday night into Monday, I got a total of 2 hours sleep. This week I've been helping our friend out more at work. So I was there for 9 hours, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and again Friday. So I think for 48 hours, I was on a total of 4 hours sleep, which was just not good mentally, not good physically, not good at all. My highs are last night, I finally fell asleep 9:30 and I woke up at 7 o'clock.
That would explain why you don't have dark circles from all of the lack of sleep. I can vouch for the no sleep
right now.
because I wake up to a waterfall of text messages from Britt about her ideas. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, I think I want to start pitching this now. Okay. This is my goal for the year. You had to tell me that at 3 in the morning? Yeah, I did. Yeah. All right, Alexis, do you want to take it away?
I guess so. So my low was, honey had to go to the emergency room last Friday.
So scary.
Yeah, we're still not sure what happened to him, and he's completely back to normal now. I'm just $700 in debt. So
things we do.
Dog life. Yep. The high though is I officially planned a weekend to get away from my dogs, which sometimes you need. You need a little bit of time to not be around them 24/7, which being a sole caretaker of 3 dogs is not a fun experience. So, yep, that's about it for me. Caroline, how have you been?
Are y'all ready for my low for the week? I've been sharing this information. So last night I was making dinner and accidentally caught my kitchen on fire.
Are you kidding?
It was a small fire, but it freaked me out because it made me realize that I don't know how to put out fires. So I got a whole lesson afterwards on how to put out fires. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it was absolutely terrifying. Skylar was just sitting there looking at me, wagging her tail. I'm like, you have no idea what's going on right now. I am so thankful we live in the era of Google, because as the fire was happening in my kitchen, I was on Google how to put out a fire. So it went out,
Well,
and we're
first
good.
you need to know what kind of fire it is.
Yeah, that's what I was like. And then it hit me. I was like, I don't know how to put out fires. Like, what do I do? And it was a moment of like adrenaline to like figure it out. And then when the fire went out, it was like panic. And then that turned into like self-hatred, because I'm like, how do I not know how to put out a fire? Like, I could have killed all of us. I like don't know how to put out a fire. I felt terrible. But the fire went out and we're good. But it was terrifying. So that was
To be fair, I don't think that a lot of people know how to put out fires. The only reason why I do is because my uncle was a firefighter for years. So he kind of taught us all that stuff. And I feel like people that don't have firefighters in their family or know of, they don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who would think to know that? Like, who would think to sit there and be like, oh, I should probably know this?
I've been told that I need to get a fire extinguisher recently, and I'm like, but how do you use that? Like, you're gonna have to teach me, because I don't know.
I got a lesson.
Instructions.
Well, apparently I'm getting a lesson too. So
yeah, that was my low. My high is getting to go outside every day and experience cows in my backyard. That's probably
no
the best thing.
This is my Roman Empire.
I love.
Whose cows are they?
Just like, no.
Who owns them?
No.
Why can't you just go pet them?
I don't know who owns them. I have been like tried to convince them to come hang out with us, but they don't want to. I don't know who owns them. They could be your dinner next week. I don't know.
Which is fine. But
I can't pet them.
Did you know that there are loose cows in the United States of America? They exist.
I don't think
Nobody owns them. They're wild.
I think these cows have owners.
How do they survive? Who milks them? This is my Roman Empire. I think about this. I think about this a lot. You guys are laughing, and I am so serious.
I'm turning so red. No, I need a break.
I don't think you understand how often I think about this.
Coming out.
I'm still waiting for an answer.
The farmer owns them.
Nikki, go and milk them. Go and milk them.
Doesn't someone have to do it? Can they do it themselves? How do they live in the wild?
Okay, here's the thing. Cows only need milk if they have babies.
Yeah,
What?
they're not dairy cows.
Cows don't make milk unless they have a baby to feed. They don't just automatically make milk. Even dairy cows, they impregnate them to make them make milk so you can have your milk. Cows just don't automatically.
Someone needs to reevaluate elementary education.
No, I'm serious. Cows just don't automatically make.
I believe you, but why am I 36 years old and nobody ever told me that?
Because we're from the city, Nikki.
Hey, country girl over here.
I mean, I have them in my backyard. I'm going to FaceTime you one day so you can see them and you can ask them all the questions you have.
Yeah, one of them
real.
being.
Let's be real, right? These two, when they go out, their back door and they look, it's like acres and acres and acres of beautiful land. You and I go outside, we see like an old man.
Concrete. The concrete jungle, if you will.
But it's not even a concrete jungle because there's people. There's people behind our back.
Yeah, people I don't want to see.
I have trees. And my closest grocery store, 12 minutes.
No, I can't even
okay.
don't even get me started on that topic. 12 minutes is an eternity. In a car. She means, guys, in a car. 12 minutes in a car. So she has to get in the car. She has to turn it on. She has to drive 12 minutes to get to the closest grocery store. You know how long it takes me to walk to mine? 3 minutes.
You know, I've
cannot
never
imagine.
actually walked. I've never actually walked to my grocery store, but it's probably a 3-minute drive. So like
Well, I'm never going to walk to my grocery store either because
5 minutes.
can't be caught
I
dead.
mean,
I'll be
eating
there in
grocery
an
store.
hour.
McDonald's. I walked to
I
McDonald's.
couldn't
I walked to
imagine.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
My McDonald's Starbucks, 25.
No.
Yeah,
wild.
I
That's wild.
genuinely couldn't imagine being able to just like get up and be like, I'm gonna walk to Starbucks. Like, no, you have to like prepare for this trip. Like,
I walk
No.
to my mailbox. That's a quarter mile away. Like,
You know what I have to prepare for? To go see cows at a petting zoo. I do not understand.
you just walk out to my backyard and there they are. They're just hanging out. Normally it's a cornfield, but right now it's cows. So
Cornfield.
I'm just loving that Nikki thought cows were just walking around with milk.
Literally talk to my elementary school teachers.
Well, okay, all right. I see where you're coming from because yes,
I mean, it's the same as humans. You don't get milk
I know
unless
what.
you're
Okay, but
baby.
like I know what she means because like people all
Humans.
thought the same thing where they have the things and you just like milk them, and that's where they get the milk from. I don't know that there were cows that don't produce milk.
I have a
I mean,
question
these are
about
just
cows.
like they're
But
not
again,
dairy
I'm from the
cows.
city,
They're
so like how would I know that? I don't have a freaking cow in my backyard.
Is it true? Now
I
that
have
I'm finding out
cats.
that I don't know. I have cats. Now that I'm finding out that everything I know about cows is incorrect. So can cows get back up when they lay down by themselves?
yes.
yeah.
I had the cows laying.
Wait,
in
what
the
happens when
pasture
you
yesterday?
kick them?
They were like, okay,
just
cows
get
Is
back
that like
up.
a real thing?
yes.
How do they get back up?
They just stand
I
up.
thought they just kind of like.
I thought they
Oh,
couldn't.
It's the same
they
as a
get back-
horse.
Yeah, but you're tipping them on the side.
Stand up.
Then
Yeah,
well,
because they're not expecting it. 'cause
They
they're
just
like,
roll.
they're sleeping, and then they're like, oh wait, and then they just fall, and then they eventually get up.
sleeping standing up. Sleeping standing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Horses do that too.
Okay.
Can we pause for a quick second? Because I'm about to have a dog that needs to go to the emergency room again. Hudson's okay. He's not going to the ER. He was just getting into stuff that he didn't need to be getting into. But now that I dealt with that drama, let's dive into some of our drama we've had to deal with the Instagram community.
And we have a lot. We were talking about some of it.
Unfortunately.
I introduced some drama last episode, so I want to touch on that a little bit. When I first started like my Instagram and getting into some of like dog stuff and meeting people, I had an experience where I was an ambassador rep, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to mention any names or in any groups or brands or businesses, whatever. I'm going to keep all that. But basically, I was a rep and became really good friends with the business owner and another person. And we had a group chat outside of this brand. And we had like an admin chat, I guess. And a lot of stuff happened that I didn't really agree with. And things being talked about that I felt were very inappropriate. And I was basically told that I was going to be leaving from the position that I held in this business. And I was like, well, I wasn't like aware of that. I wasn't aware that I was stepping down from what I was currently doing. And keep in mind, I was putting a lot of effort into this business. I helped her build her website. I did so much for her and her business. And so this kind of just caught me off guard. And I ended up talking
Was it somebody else saying this to you, or was it the owner saying it to you?
the owner said it in the group chat.
In a
And,
group chat.
Ooh,
Yeah. And
not
I was
even
like,
to you on the side.
Or
wasn't
a
aware
phone
that
call?
was happening. And so I messaged another girl and I was like, I'm sorry, like this rubbed me the wrong way. And she ended up going back to the owner and saying that I was unhappy. And so now we're playing telephone at this point, and so things I'm saying are getting back to her in a different way, and then she's going and saying that to someone else in a different way, and so it was just like became a web of drama. And I told her, I was like, after books of text messages back and forth with her, I was like, I need to think about this, but I think I'm going to be removing myself from this business completely. And she was like, well, I don't really know why you're taking it that far. And I was like,
What?
I just don't think this is a good atmosphere for me. So I ended up telling her, like, I think I gave it the weekend. I ended up telling her, like, I'm removing myself from this business. And that's not the worst part. So I text my friend who was the one telling the other girl all of this stuff. I text her and I made a joke like, oh, I'll just go rep for this person. And she took that like so seriously. And she ended up going into the group chat where this all started and started talking about me, saying that I made an inappropriate joke and I've been like bashing her business and her name. And like, I'm dragging her through the mud and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? Well, months later, I'm out of this brand. I'm back on Instagram. I'm repping for a different business. And I get a phone call from the friend that I had that we haven't talked in a while. I get a phone call from her. And then I get a text being like, the owner has not been treating me great. I think I'm going to leave. And I was like, welcome to my world. And next thing I know, I'm getting screenshots, several screenshots of them in the group chat talking about me, talking about my dog, saying my dog is ugly, which it's a dog out of it. Kidding me? Yeah. And then she's like,
gorgeous.
We rescued, fostered a puppy who had a broken leg. She went after that dog. She went after my other dog. Like, they were talking so much about me and my family. And then they were like joking about how they were like talking about one of the girls that was in that group chat was in a different group chat with me. And she started sending pictures of the owner's dog and was like, oh, look how cute this dog is. Like, trying to intimidate me, I guess. And then she was like screenshotting the conversation, sending them to that group chat. And then they were sending like my Facebook page to the group chat. And I blocked a lot of them because I was like, not about this. Like, this is ridiculous. And then they were like, oh, she must have blocked me because she's mad. And then they're like going to where I liked other people's comments or pictures, and they're screenshotting it and being like, she's being so petty and like she's like doing this to get under our skin. I was like,
I heard this story a while ago, and like even like rehearing it, like how can somebody be that toxic? Like, how do you wake up and say, I'm going to sit here and do all of these cruel things to one person? And like I'm speechless because like,
I want to know,
how do you do that?
How old is this girl? That's what I'm
great question.
She's around my age. I think she's like 22, 23, 24, somewhere around there.
Middle.
How do you have that much time? I wish I had that much time.
That's what I'm saying. And you know, like when all this happened, I was like going back, like thinking through, like, okay, did I say something out of emotion? Did I say something wrong? Did I say something like whatever? And you know, there's always like okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But the fact of like the matter was, I was done with this, and like several months later, they're still talking about me. I was like, am I that relevant to you that you still are talking?
Do you like me that much? Thank you so much.
I'm flattered.
Yeah, you had that much of an impact on them that they literally had to sit there and like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was baffled. Like, that was like, my people in this world are cruel and like evil and toxic. Like, this is insane.
Yeah,
that's why I made like such a big deal when I met you girls, because I was like, they're nice. Like, this is weird.
For real?
Change of pace.
Yeah. So, I love the spin of. Thank you so much for flattering me that you're thinking about me. I made such an impact on your life that you want to spend all of your time thinking about me. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
I'll tell you, like,
you're watching my reels to find hate in them. Keep it up.
You're coming after my dog because you have nothing bad to say about me. So you're going to attack my dog who broke his leg. Like, go for it. Go
Thank
for
you for the views
At
on that post, by the way.
At first, I was hurt because I was like, I put so much energy into these people, and I thought they were genuinely my friends. And afterwards, like, I cleared it up with a lot of people because they ended up reaching out to me, and I became friends with like a lot of the girls because they were like, well, this is what she said. And I was like, I don't know where she got that from. Like, I have saved I have all the screenshots on my phone now because I'm like, if they want to go ever, I'm armed.
We love
and ready.
everything.
Now I would be nervous about those girls considering they were playing both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cautious about the ones playing both
sides. But they were still like, well, this is what she said. Like, I got a lot of information because of people telling me things, and I was just like,
because they're playing both sides.
Yeah.
They seem like that
like,
entire group seems like they're just like driven on drama. Because like, look at that. They left that business and then still needed the drama to come back to you and send you all those screenshots. Why? It's been how many months?
I was like, you realize all these things, like, you're coming to me and sharing them with me, and you are seeing them clearly. Like, you are telling me how terrible this conversation was and like all this stuff that you're sending me, but you are still friends with them. And I was like, I can't continue being your friend if you're okay with being their friend. Because if you're okay with that kind of response and that kind of conversation and those kind of people, that tells me a lot about who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So they're definitely not in my life anymore. I'm pretty sure all of them are blocked on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and messages. Like, I don't have any form of communication with them. And I'm thankful because that was toxic and it hurt me, but then it also was kind of like, this is insane. Like, this is truly insane. Yeah. So that was interesting. That was like my first piece of drama that I got into. And then my next piece of drama would be getting my content stolen. I put in the group chat a lot of my content ideas. Next thing I know, all of my content ideas are being shared on someone else's account. And
before you got a chance to do it.
Yep. So all of my content ideas that I put creative concepts and process and all of that was completely gone because then I was like, well, now I can't post it because then it's not original.
And everyone would think that you stole the content, which is not the truth.
Yep.
Which I know, Britt, you've had experience with that as well. So it's fun.
Yep.
Put your own spin on it. I don't understand.
It's not even that I put my ideas in a group chat. I made my reel. I'm going to get messy. Here we are. I made a reel about bully breeds, about the bully ban, about all of that. My 4 dogs are all bully mixes. They're all bully mixes. So I made a reel about it. I put all of them in the reel. I had like a whole setup, whatever. You know, when you see the reels, you could do like the template, right? When you make the reel, you can choose to copy that template. Okay. Made the caption, the whole 9. I put it up on Instagram. This girl who does not own a bully breed. Do you have to own a bully breed to support the ban? No, not at all. That's not at all what I'm saying. For you to take the content that I created, the overtext, the sound, the template, which again, the template that I used was because I have 4 bully breeds. For you to take that template and to post your German Shepherd with that template makes no sense to me. I said I was getting messy.
I was waiting for when it was coming. I was waiting for when it was coming.
It just, I was mind blown. And
I
literally just looked at it. I was like, this isn't real life. Like, you literally took my overtext. You took my template. You took the sound. You took my caption. Like,
and to be very clear for everyone listening, it was not a trend.
No, it wasn't.
So it wasn't like something that is known to be copy paste. I'm going to put my own dogs in there. This was completely 100% original content from Britt's brain. No trend.
Because one of my things that I do on my account is advocate for bully breeds, because of the stigma behind them. So when I saw that, I was like, this is a joke. I'm like, listen, if you want to take my stuff, fine, but then give me credit somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody must have said something to her, because 12 hours after having it up, she put in the comments that I was her inspiration.
Oh my God, I didn't realize that happened. It wasn't
I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure that everyone on this call would immediately assume it was me. It was not. I did want to do that.
I don't know who it was, but I'm pretty sure somebody did, because it was in the comments. And I think I just liked it. I didn't even acknowledge it. I was like, okay.
Honestly, nice of you to give them a like.
Yeah. And that wasn't even the first time that that's happened either. Like, somebody that I know, like, it was somebody that I know in real life, they took my stuff.
Yeah.
In real life. And I was like, why? Why do you keep doing this? Like, I'm so happy that I'm your inspiration. But they literally put, somebody on here said, quote unquote. I did. I said it.
Yeah.
Like, I came up with that. What do you mean?
It's literally my voice.
At Rescued and Rowdy. Great. Love that. I'll support it. I will sit there and I will share your content. Like, get it seen more. But no, someone on here said,
yeah,
quote unquote.
I remember getting both screenshots of those, and I was like, you're joking. Gosh. Like, that is insane. Like, word for word. It wasn't even like a little plagiarism. Like, it was word for word. Exact word. And
we're in school, they'd give you a 0.
Literally, they would suspend you.
You'd get in trouble. Yeah.
That's plagiarism.
And the sound, like, all of it was exact copy.
It was like copy paste, but with a different dog.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
literally. And what really enrages me is my worst subject. Speaking of school, my worst subject was English. Like, writing, reading, comprehending. Not here. Math all the way. Give me numbers. Give me math issues, like things. I'm great. So like, when I actually sit here and I have I have it a lot for my content, like, come up with the captions, come up with those over texts, like, that really bothers me. Like, that took me a while to come up with, and you're okay.
It took me a while to get my words out, like, and now you're just taking them, like,
like, it took me a while to figure out that punctuation, and you're like,
punctuation is so hard.
It really is.
Like, dang. I had somebody ask me if I paid somebody to make my captions because of how long they were. And I was like, right? And then you people are stealing my stuff.
Right. I was flattered that someone asked you that. Like, it's mine. It's not. But like, I was like, I'm glad that someone's noticing, because I know she puts a lot of work into this.
Yeah.
And it is not ChatGPT. Thank you very much.
It is
not. It's brain.
Sometimes it is.
Yep.
Sometimes it is.
Not the good ones.
I get like the inspiration from there, but then like I put a little twist.
Mm-hmm. I love the text messages. I have these 2 descriptions. Which one should I do?
One's really raw. Maybe not.
And then we all go like, heart. Okay, we like this one. Post that one.
Save that one for another one though. That one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of stealing content, I know a lot of things that happen in the Instagram community is brand stealing content.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
so that's a topic. I know we've all seen it happen. I am not sure if anyone's had it happen directly to them, but I know
I have.
In group chats we've had it. So Nikki, you want to talk about it then?
Yeah, I had a brand. I think only one that I can think of off the top of my head. I had a brand when we were first starting out, before I was really like influencing. I just was kind of haphazardly posting on Instagram. And I posted what I thought was a very cute picture of Ziggy holding a chew in his mouth. And it was in my backyard, like not edited. I just thought it was cute. I think it was actually from one of those like monthly challenges that I did a while ago. Flashback.
Yeah. That is a flashback.
Yeah. And all of a sudden I saw that I was tagged in the brand's Instagram of the chew. And I went over and I was like, hey, I sent you a DM like a month ago asking if you wanted to work together on a gifted basis. I was small. And they said no. And then a month later, they stole my content. And
That's
so
crazy.
I lost it. I know. I was like, okay, so remove it. And they were like, oh, well, no, you can join our affiliate program and we'll keep it up. And I was like, no, that's not how this works. Long story short, I did not join their affiliate program because I can't cause on this podcast, but I'm sure that you can understand what I wanted to say. And I think that picture is still on their Instagram to this day. And I am petty enough that I am looking it up right now. Oh, I just found the brand. They follow me. And it is still, in fact, on their feed.
Well, I know that we've seen a big brand steal content, and that was a thing. So I know it's definitely something that happens, and it's very unfortunate.
It's just something that's always going to happen. And I feel like it's important to talk about it, and it's important to kind of know what to do. I feel like some creators think that it helps them with exposure, which it really doesn't.
How often do you click on the @ tagged in the profiles of those big brands? Because I know I don't.
I definitely don't.
I'll give it a like and move on. Like I don't. And they usually put your @ 3 or 4 lines down, so you have to expand and click on it. 9 times out of 10, they get it wrong. So it's just not worth it. Well, speaking about drama, I want to talk about my favorite type of drama, hate comments.
Oh,
absolutely.
This is my favorite.
Me too. So
they're really come up with some crazy things to say.
Wild things. Like, what's going on in your brain? Because I thought mine was broken, but
yours is really broken.
Yeah. They're my favorite things to get. Unpopular opinion, love them.
Can we talk about the one that you sent me today?
Oh, yeah.
Your response killed me. Nikki's response to the trolls are like top notch.
The one that Britt's talking about today, I have a video that is getting some traction right now about the trend of what it's like to have a insert breed here. I have a Frenchie with a little bit of pug. I went down the Frenchie road, and someone commented today, "You have the wrong Frenchie." And I looked at it and was like, no, he's mine. I'm confused about like that's my dog.
No, he's mine.
Like I took home the right dog from the hospital. He didn't get switched at birth. I'm not sure if you fine. DNA test confirms he's mine, but okay, moving on. And then I sat back for a second and my response was, how dare you? He's perfect. My favorite way to respond to hate comments is with something like that. I usually won't on my own content go in on someone that is being hateful because it doesn't affect me. I do not care what this random person behind a keyboard is saying. It ups my engagement. It makes other people want to comment because usually the person that's leaving the hate comments is the one with the unpopular opinion. So as people are looking at your video, they're responding for you. Don't have to do the work. They're responding for you. Like, no way, that dog is so cute. Like, how could you say that? Like things like that. So my favorites are to say things like, oh, are you having a bad day? Did someone let the air out in your tires this morning? Exactly. And they get so mad. Now, here's the caveat. If you are being hateful on my friend's stuff,
Nikki goes
Game over.
hard.
forget
Game
it.
over.
Oh, yeah.
Hard.
Forget it.
Oh, yeah.
My best ability, I would say, most people would probably disagree with this, including my mother, but my best ability is to be able to really hurt your feelings with my words while doing it in a way
With a
that leaves you
smile.
with nothing to say to me. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds
So you're
nice.
like, wait, what just happened? Because like
Yeah.
you cut with your tongue, and then at the same time you're doing it with a smile, so nobody knows how to take it.
Have a great
My
day.
parents also say that about me.
Yeah. My mom sent me a meme today that said, my goal in life is to raise a daughter that people are a little bit afraid of. And my response, and then she gave me a check mark underneath it, like, did it. And I responded and said, my favorite thing about myself.
That's like the comment. I hope you have the day you deserve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone one time, I posted a picture because we used to frequent the beach, which is saltwater because it's the Chesapeake Bay. And my dogs licked the water. I mean, for like, literally just like, little licked it. How are you going to tell a dog not to lick water? Like, it's
You're
a
not.
dog drinking water.
I mean, you
It's not like-
can, but like, what do you? He already did it.
Yeah.
and he's not going to
They've already
listen.
done it.
And they were like,
What do you-
I hope your dog's not drinking salt water. They're going to get dehydrated. If my dog gets dehydrated off of one lick, I really hate to break it to you, but there's something more wrong. Like, that's not how that works. So my way to respond to hate comments is delete, block, because I ain't got the time. See you later. Have a great day.
Oh, I know. I
love that
stuff.
for you.
I had somebody write in my comments that they were going to eat my dogs.
Same. I had that too.
And I don't even think I responded. Everybody else attacked them. And I was like, okay.
My favorite pastime is going through Britt's comments and trolling the trollers. I'm
So
like,
fun.
okay, let's see what we can do today. Like, let me get my phone
Going on
ready.
here.
Get the boxing gloves ready. Here we come.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh no, you know what?
I think-
My favorite comment to date is one of our reels went viral. It was the guy that was passing when I was recording myself training the dogs
yeah.
for content.
Scary.
There was a guy that passed. He passed twice, and like reviewing the videos that I got that day. The first time that he passed, Ivy tensed up. The second time he passed, he like slowed down and said something to me, which now I'm like, you're in a van and you're talking low so that I can get closer to you. And like, I just got uncomfortable. So then all the dogs got like read my body language and they all tensed up and was like, act like this was not happening. Ivy started reacting. That got the guy to go, like to leave. But like I put a snippet on Instagram and I had a bunch of people. So you're just going to tell me that you were recording?
People were pressed.
You're going to tell me this isn't safe?
Look at her face.
Because that's how they said it. You know that's what they look like.
Your dogs aren't even doing anything. Okay.
It's called B-roll, duh.
But yet
Yeah.
here you are commenting on my stuff, pushing this. And that's why I have 1 million something views on there, because we have you guys saying that my dogs are nothing.
Again, thank you so much for the engagement.
First, I had to catch myself there.
Can I tell you guys about a video that got hate comments that it deserved?
Yeah.
So I'm not perfect,
I
right?
need the tea.
This was
Okay.
like before I had any semblance of like dog Instagram. I had no friends. I was out here in the wild, wild west by myself. So I put up a video. It was, I think, maybe like one of my first reels. And it was a like 3 or 6 second snippet of Ziggy when he was a baby in a carrier asleep. And I live in the city. Stores in the city are much more lenient about allowing animals in their stores. So we went to a store that we go to a lot, and I walked in first and said, hey, I have this puppy. He's in a bag. He's asleep. I just need to grab like one thing. Is it okay if we come in? And they were like, yeah, no problem. As long as paws aren't on the ground, like you can't even see him in the bag. No big deal. And I was like, thank you so much. So it was a grocery store. Here's where I deserve to hate. And listen, you don't know what you don't know, and you do better with the information that you get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was in a grocery store. I had a snippet. I will post it on Pups Stories for you to see. But essentially, he's just upside down. It's very cute. My husband is rocking him in the sling, cradling his head in his hand.
And it's really cute, guys. It's a really cute. It is really cute.
But it's in the grocery store, and I get it. So I put it up to like, I don't know, some weird audio, no caption, no overtext, just went up. And overnight, it got 1 million views. It's at like 20 million views now. I think they took the audio away, so it's not going off anymore. But I started getting all of these comments from, and this is kind of a nice segue into our next episode, but a lot of comments from the service dog community. Now, understandably so. Understandably so. I am on your side. I understand. And they were very upset. I mean, other people were upset for other things. They like, Ziggy has a white mark on his face. People thought it was snot. I don't know. I can't even think about all the things that like other people were mad about. There's a slew of hate comments on there, but all of the service dog comments started coming later, like weeks after this had been posted. And at that point, I had already learned that was not okay. And I was under the impression that it was okay because I had talked to the manager of the store and they said it was fine. I have since learned that regardless of what they say, I should not be doing that, regardless of whether or not that branch of the store is okay with it that specific day. So I commented back to these people that were commenting on like, I know, I'm sorry, like I don't do it anymore. I didn't know at the time. The manager said it was fine. And this is where I feel like I don't deserve the second part of this, because then they just got more mad. Like they got mad that I was agreeing with them. I was like, I agree. I shouldn't have done this. Like I didn't know what I didn't know, so now I'm trying to do better. Thank you so much for telling me. If there's anything else that I should know about this, like please let me know.
Yeah.
And not every single person, but most people doubled down on like, I should have known this regardless before going in. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to leave it now because I don't know what to do. But again, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I deserved those.
Yeah, but okay. Yes and no. Yes, you deserve the initial, but then when you sat there and took accountability, which a lot of people don't do. You took accountability.
Right.
Yep. They should have just been like, okay, great, like do better.
Yeah.
Even if you have to say like do better, like okay, great, like you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. And I also feel like there's not a lot of research, or not research, but like things out there for service dogs for an average person to know these things, which is why a lot of handlers have a lot of issues going out in public with their dogs because it's not common knowledge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild.
Like I had a really nasty encounter. Again, and this is like what I'm saying, like educate. And I know that Caroline slid in their DMs and was like, please educate me on this because maybe I have the wrong information. So I put up a reel with another creator about our dogs. In United States, Quinn is qualified or like registered as a large breed dog. I understand that every country has different viewing of it, and every country like looks at dogs differently, weight, size, height, whatever. That's fine. In the United States, Quinn is a large breed dog. So like, you know how everybody's like, oh, hi, I'm a dog mom, and then does like a little like what we do for our dogs. We have a large breed trained dog, and like this is how you know that we have one, type of thing. And this man
Tried
to end your career
from the UK got so angry.
So angry.
Was in the comments and then went from the comments to his own story, cursing us out, calling us every name under the freaking sun because we said we have large breed dogs.
So I know this episode was a little bit more heavy and we talked about a lot of drama and some negative things, but we just wanted to make sure everyone was aware you're not alone. This is just the reality of a content creator and just a human in general. You're going to get hate and you're going to go through adversary, but like I said, you're not alone. And I'm thankful to have some support in my life so that when I am going through drama, I can turn to them and get encouraged and supported.
Yeah, this is why we stress so much finding your community. We wanted to make sure that, you know, everyone finds their people. We are lucky enough that we've found ours. And I know personally, I would not be able to let the hate roll off my back the way that I do if I couldn't take a screenshot, send it in the group chat, and have a silly little laugh about it with my friends.
Exactly, 100%.
It's just something different about doing that. Mm-hmm. It definitely can get to you, but unfortunately, it is what it is with being a content creator, being out there. You're a public figure.
Well, thank you for sticking through it with us. We can't wait to dive into servicing more in the next episode. And we're going to end this episode with questions that you guys asked us on our Instagram. So the first question from a user submission is, how did you get into dog training / care? I suspect that this one is directed towards Britt because I am not in dog training. I mean, I care for my dogs, that I was going to say or care, but I'm not into dog training except for out of necessity because they're bad.
I think that you're not giving yourself enough credit. I feel like everybody here is into dog training because essentially, like, you do train your dogs. You're not just, it doesn't have to be that in depth for training. Like, even if you're sitting there and you're doing sits, even if you're sitting there and you're just walking with them, that's a sense of training. Or just like sitting and taking everything in, that's a sense of training. So like, it could be for anybody. But honestly, I got into it with Diamond because she was a bully. My mom was like, you're having a bully in my house. You got to take her to training, blah, 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 blah. Did that, wound up getting her serviced down the line. And honestly, I just really enjoyed that journey with her, having a trainer and training her to do all these things, and the bond that I got with her, that going forward with all of my dogs, I will do. Can I train my dogs myself? Sure. But sometimes like trainers and like outsourcing gives you different tools. Like Ivy, I outsourced a trainer, and I went from a dog aggressive, resource guarding, reactive dog to a semi-normal dog.
We love to see it.
We still have reactive moments, but we're a lot better from what I brought her in.
Same, Ivy.
She had to sit with a muzzle on for, I think, like a month and a half because I have other dogs, and she was dog aggressive. So, and now here we are living our best life with 3 other dogs. And now I'm in training with Quinn to be my service dog.
So both of my boys, I did training with them, and I still do training. But my girl, I kind of just, I don't know, she was she was already good, so I didn't really like work with her as much. So my bond with her is not like it is with the boys. Like Hudson is my shadow dog. Like he is there at my feet. And then like Buster, that's my soul dog. And Ella, I love
see him
her
behind
so yeah, he's chilling back there. Ella's my soul dog. I mean, Buster's my soul dog, and then Ella, I love her to death, but she's just my dog, you know, like, so it definitely, when you train, it helps strengthen it. And then like getting into the care portion of it, I didn't start learning about anything with any kind of dog care until it hit the fan and Buster had cancer. And then that's when I started diving.
To be fair, Alexis is the reason for my care.
Same.
Because like she made me want to do better for my dogs. Like granted, they were on some supplements, but like not to where they are now. So
yeah, I started reading ingredients
that is
because of her.
Alexis.
I stopped using certain treats because of her. And I'm so thankful for that. Yeah.
When I got Skylar, I was like, I want this dog to be trained in a way that I feel like is best for her. And when I first got her, I lived with my parents, and I was training Skylar. My mom was training Skylar, and my dad was letting Skylar get away with everything. Yeah, so between like me trying to get Skylar to, you know, not jump, and then my dad is encouraging her to jump, and then my mom is yelling at her while I'm like standing there like, well, there goes that, you know, like, so now it's kind of like, okay, we have to go back to the basics and kind of figure some things out. She's a really good dog, and we have an incredible bond. She has a hard time attaching herself to anybody other than me. And so that's kind of something we're trying to work on, because she resource guards me. So that's something we're trying to, you know, kind of discourage, kind of let her try to get a bond with other people or be a little bit more independent. So that's something, but we definitely do have that, like, that bond when you're training your dog that you get. But we're working on a lot of things right now, because she was very confused as a puppy till she was about 1.5. So we're going back and figuring some things out. So
if it gives you any hope, the resource guarding a person does get better. So my Ella, she resource guarded my ex-husband, and like it was bad. Like she would go after Hudson, she would go after Buster, she would go after Mono. So finally I would just like kind of detached her and like enlisted a trainer to help me say, hey, what do I need to do? And a trainer who everyone here, I'm sure, loves dearly. But I'm like, listen, what can I do? What can I do to help this? Because we can't be having her attack people or other dogs. So it will get better with Sky.
Okay, the next question is about us, not dogs. And I feel like for people listening that believe in this, it's going to be probably eye-opening once we say our answers. So this is, what's your zodiac sign? I'll start. I'm a Pisces, which I think that people might be a little bit surprised to find out.
I'm a Cancer.
Believe it or not, me and Britt are 3 days apart, same year, same everything. So I am also a Cancer.
We got 2 Cancers. I'm a Libra, so that I've heard is not shocking at all.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode. We can't wait to talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
You can find us on Instagram at Prophecy Unleashed. Head over there. Let us know what you want to hear. Ask us questions. Everything will stay anonymous, so no worries about that. You can stream our podcast at Prophecy Unleashed on Spotify and YouTube, coming soon to Apple Podcasts.